Greetings, this is Jazz for JazReviews, bringing you the latest on Metal Gear Rising. And you're listening to one of the biggest MGS fans this side of YouTube. Don't worry, you can trust me. On the other hand, bear in mind this title stands alone as a complete spin-off. You do not need to have played the previous Metal Gear games to get in on the lightning bolt action. So without further ado, this is an interesting review for me, so let's see what you make of it.
Mr. Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists, enablers of war. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
Based 4 years after the events of Metal Gear Solid 4, the screen portrays Raiden as a fully fledged mercenary offering his protection services to an African Prime Minister. Of course, the main dilemma here lies with the fact that it's peacetime in the world of cyborgs, robots, and mercenaries.
I'm on it. Guard the Prime Minister.
What's certain here is the story is not written by Hideo Kojima. This title's focus clearly lies in the gameplay department, and that alone. What can be understood is that the opposed Desperado mercenary group are hungry for conflict, and as the storyline progresses, the narrative will sprout one consistent antagonist named Jetstream Sam.
Now I see. You deny your weapon its purpose.
This entirely new villain is damn decisive in highlighting the defects within Raiden's character and the morality of his past. The main struggle revolves around just how much blood Raiden is willing to spill, and the answer is a lot. All in all, however, the storyline's main problem is a lack of substance. Aside from a very few select cutscenes, you're not going to find a narrative you can relate to.
Let her rip.
There lies no meaningful interaction with the remaining villains, and the dialogue that does exist holds little to no impact on the game's storytelling. However, the supporting codec crew are not half bad in conversation, and a few references here and there can go a long way.
The one and only Solid Snake. Hero of Outer Heaven, Zanzibar Land, Shadow Moses.
I didn't know you were such a fanboy. I thought you were gonna start crying there for a sec.
So in the prevention of all-out chaos, how does the gameplay pan out? Well, it goes without saying this is not Metal Gear Solid. Raiden's sword presented Bayonetta's developers Platinum Games to really go crazy with this one. The slice and dice mechanics of the blade is by far one of the coolest features in the button mashing genre. Whilst in blade mode, providing you've strung enough hits together, you can accurately cut open objects on all points of the axes. The majority of objects on screen can be cut, although the end result will be quick to disappear thereafter. What it does mean, however, is that the combat never fails to entertain. Provided the enemy is damaged enough, you'll be prompted to target the enemy in ripping out his spine for nano repair units to restore health. Other mechanics include Ninja Run for boss and chase style sequences, as well as blocking all enemy fire. Raiden's Augmented Vision helps pick up on a number of things, including hidden chests, objective points, and enemies behind walls for rising stealth sequences. A shame then that this mechanic fails to pick up on enemy line of sight, because stealth is beyond basic. Fans will, however, appreciate a nice cardboard box to hide under, as well as 4 additional points of interest I won't spoil for you. But of course, stealth was never Rising's selling point. It's the boss battles. There's so much enemy variation and attack patterns to be learnt, it's almost as if every new enemy encountered is an entirely new boss to overcome. The actual main 4 Desperado Elite bosses provide for some of the most challenging and entertaining boss fights in recent gaming, but depending on you as a player, these sequences can be a little generous with the number of health pickups. I would recommend first playing on hard difficulty, and for the seasoned gamer, you've just got to type in this cheat code for Revengence difficulty. The game's countering system requires some extremely fast reflexes and rhythm more than anything for the larger enemy combos. Sometimes Raiden gets locked in animations, unable to block enemy blows. Camera angles too can be a little sluggish in some of the more fast-paced sections, but for the most part combat is fluid and much more precise than the typical button masher. After the crazy-ass ninja cutscenes of MGS4, the developers promised to put the player in Raiden's shoes, his perspective. Thankfully, the various quick-time events do involve the player in executing these kinds of finishing moves. In essence, what we have here are set pieces, but they still manage to leave the player fully satisfied with their kill and match that same display shown 5 years ago. At first glance, Rising might seem like a straightforward linear game, but with so many enemy types, the game does like to mix things up as much as possible. Based on kills, spines collected, damage and time taken, the game will rank your gameplay. What this means is replayability, and what this all equates to is battle points. Provided the player saves enough points, you can expect 3 unique boss weapons, switch different outfits and upgrade all that gear. Added to this are skill upgrades, offering new moves and combo variations which you may not all unlock in your first playthrough. So depending on your playthrough, Rising's gameplay may be more extensive than people give credit. Although other items such as grenades and RPGs seem a little underdeveloped and almost useless in a game so fast. The midway mini-gecko section was amusing, though I felt Raiden's mechanical wolf companion would have been a far better machine to control. In fact, for a character who possessed some of the most interesting dialogue in-game, the time and interaction spent with this character was very limited.
You're all the same, huh? You and your brothers. Manipulating mankind for our own good.
It appears my statement has upset you. I apologize.
So there is no multiplayer and no real incentive to come back to this title after, say, a second playthrough. But for the amount of time spent with the game, I can't emphasize enough just how varied every single gameplay section, location and enemy are in-game. But added to the package are virtual reality missions offering time-ranked challenges designed to really test the player's abilities, but what you want to know is Rising's true value. Based on my single playthrough of 9 hours, it's a tough call to make. You will be wanting to play on the harder difficulty and use that codec for all the extra dialogue. Raiden has always been heavily criticized. The typical MGS fans still won't like the guy.
What?
But this new dark element to his character was definitely the way to go. This title means nothing to the series, but MGS fans will still want to purchase this title brand new and replay the entire game. Bear in mind Rising's core gameplay is solid. The 6 to 10 hours on sale consists of nothing but non-stop high quality action.
No? Did you need anything else?
No, guess not. Just wanted to hear the sound of your voice.
Oh, save it for your wife, Raiden.
This has been Jazz for JazReviews, and you've been watching one of many reviews found here on the channel. Be sure to subscribe for more content, as well as follow me on Twitter, which can be found in the description below. So thanks for watching. I'm not entirely sure what review will be next, but I'll let you know on Twitter as soon as I find out. Until next time, I'll see you in the comments.
All the way.